Special teams miscue right off the bat, and they'll take over in really good field position. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Quarterback may change this route. Miller wants to pass. That's caught. It's Bush. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. The Black Knights want to move quickly. Back to pass on second down. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at it, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And the Black Knights in a good spot here with second and short. Leaves it with the back. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Quarterback on the move, still looking. Intercepted, and the first drive in for the pick. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. The Crimson Tide pinned deep in their own end, trying to find a little breathing room. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. You just can't go backwards there. He did, and they swarmed him for a safety.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Caught in the backfield. It's Bush. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quarterback making adjustments. Miller will go to the air. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Really good play by this defense, and you know exactly what you're getting with this guy, man. He is electric. He is dynamic. He'll make plays, so you got to do a good job of containing him in the pocket. And when he starts to scramble, chase from one side. Don't overlap with another guy. Nice job by the defense.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He turns that loose down the right side. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49, a big pickup there. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off. And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it in their own territory, and I like it because they got it. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play. Got it in the middle, it's Hurst. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Black Knights in the hurry-up. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Miller wants to pass. He caught it, and he
days of running backs just running downhill are out the window. You better be able to do this. You see the playmakers slip him out of the backfield, throw him the football, he'll handle the rest, get in the end zone for the touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Tate. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. The give to the back. Past the first down marker and still running. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. The give to the back. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. Guys, it is Army who carries the lead into the quarter break. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
They'll dial up the run on first and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. And the Black Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. Might be calling a hot route. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle, and that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out. It's Roberts. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Off the play fake on first down. Finds his man. It's Tate. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The play action fake. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. Behind the chains now on second and long. Defense playing a bail technique. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Here's a heat. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Here's the pressure. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on third down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Here comes the heat. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Up now, here's 2nd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Bush. He's knocked out of bounds as he gets it across midfield and down to the 46. The Black Knights will hustle to the line. Miller will go to the air. Rushes on him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got him. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
This time it's complete. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Finds his big tight end. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another 1st down. They're working that left side. Breaks into the open. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bama!
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Miller wants to pass. Under fire. Stands in and takes the hit. Complete to the right. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Who needs a 2-minute offense when you're this explosive? This offense creates the big play, completely flips their field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
Working that left side now. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. From the gun, running back on the move. On the move at the 30. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Touchdown, Army! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Roberts. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Makes the catch. It's Allen. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. To throw, it's Sayin. Bringing the heat. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Boy, guys, they got off to a great start with that big first play on this drive, but now a couple of incompletions leaves them in a hole. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Love the effort on defense that time. That looked like that was going to be a completion downfield, but the physicality of the defender jarred the ball loose.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. Under fire. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Touchdown, Alabama! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
The head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here at the very end of the first half, when you got to have an execution. Has got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. Takes a hit as he fires. Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you. I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
That's a foul on the play. Offense scoops it up and still going. Knocked down, but not before he gets the first down after recovering the fumble.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
Pressure coming.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. We've got to give...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown time. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Looking for space. It's Lane. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
Pulls it in. It's Green. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They'll leave it with him. Runs through the tackle. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. And the Black Knights want to pick up the tempo. Miller will go to the air. Swings it out to his running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. The offense changing the play. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Caught near the sticks, it's Bush. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Black Knights are moving quickly down the field. He leaves it with the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. On 4th down, going to the air. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. 2nd down coming up. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Miller wants to pass. This time it's complete. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Making side adjustments here. Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws for the tight end. Picked off to stop the threat. Takes it the other way. And he is brought down, but what a way to finish this quarter with the pick. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. To the air on first down. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be second down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. That's caught. It's Bush. Goodwin with the 35. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. Unloads it left. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball. And they